Hey guys, wanted to shoot a quick video and kind of talk about one of my design flaws that I've run into so far on this motorcycle trailer. So you've probably seen from a video that I posted prior, if you've watched it, I did a test with this thing and it did just fine. I didn't have any weight on it, but I took it off-road. I had one issue where I bottomed out here on this corner, but I was kind of driving aggressively, not really how I plan to ride a whole lot with this bike. So some more testing in the works. But actually, the next day I had this all hooked up and I needed to run over to my neighbor's house and pick up my welder. I have a little 20-pound Harbor Freight welder I let him borrow, and I needed to go use it for something I needed to do. So I was like, well, I'm just going to take the trailer. It's a perfect opportunity to test it out. So I took the bike, I had the welder loaded up on it, and unfortunately, whenever I pulled back into the driveway, I could feel like it felt okay, but when I went around that turn and then straightened back up, I kind of felt the back of the bike kind of wobble a little bit. And so I thought, well, that's interesting. So I want to show you kind of what I think is going on and what I think I can do to fix it. If I take the trailer and I do this, you can see how much this pipe, there's no wobble to it. All the wobble's in this hitch. At first I thought it may be the bearings and the tolerances between that and the rod, or perhaps, I mean, there is a little bit of slack here. But then after kind of thinking about it for a little while, I was thinking, well, I'm probably getting a lot of flex here. And looking at pictures online of other people with motorcycle trailers, they have more of a truss type setup. So they may have used a lighter gauge pipe or a lighter weight pipe that runs back, twists, and then comes back into this piece. But then they have another one that kind of comes up and circles back. And then this piece is taller. I don't really know if I need this to be taller though. I mean, it does seem pretty stout. I may, just because I do have a longer bolt, make it, you know, just, and then that way it touches both of those pipes. But that's what I'm thinking about doing to rebuild this, is actually using pipe and building it more like the other ones. But so let me give you a quick demo of what I'm doing here. You can see how much wobble's in this, and then just to kind of show that it can be reduced, what I did was I just cinched this down. This is just 1.5 inch square tubing. Obviously not what I'm going to be using, but just as an example, if I do that, see how much, I mean, it still wobbles a little bit, but it's a lot stronger. It's a lot more stiff. So I'm going to use the same amount of force, and then as I remove this, see how much more it moves. This is just taking that, it absorbs, I guess, some of that wobble. It stiffens it up so it doesn't have near as much movement. And that's only taking, you know, this last, 6 inches out of the equation. The other design, well, I can actually come up a lot closer here, which should help even more. So that's my plan. The cost of your new tools shouldn't add to the price of your project. I don't have any experience bending pipe, but I did find this pipe bender at Northern Tool. Interesting story. It was $119 online. I went into the store and it was $129. They matched their online price, so they sold it to me for $119, and then I had a coupon. They send every quarter, I think, $20 off a $100 purchase. So out the door, you know, it was $99 plus tax. Not bad. The Harbor Freight it's probably made by the same manufacturer, but they've got one of these too, and it was $139, so a lot higher, and I couldn't find a coupon on it. It says it does 1/2 inch pipe, schedule 40. And that's what I have that I'm going to use. I don't know why I guess they measure pipe by ID, because it's roughly a 1/2 inch ID, but it's 7/8 inch OD. Either way, I know this isn't going to work. I'm anxious to try it out. I'm probably not going to get to actually cutting and welding tonight. I'm kind of tired, but definitely this week I'll try to get to marking this out and building something, and we'll see how it turns out.